There is a saying that a wise fictional character once said, "You don't turn your back on family." That is a true quote that should be implemented in everybody's life. Doesn't matter if you're on good speaking terms with your family or not, you still can't turn your back on family, and you can't choose who your family is to begin with. But if you're a certain little pig roach that constantly gets on the internet, starts streaming and begging for money on a day-to-day basis while yelling at his fans to give him money, then it comes at no surprise that what is shown in the next video would surprise you. Not only that, but I did not expect to make a fourth part as well. Call this 3.5 of the video takedown saga that Phil threw himself into not only on his birthday, but tried painting himself as a victim the very next day. Phil is just the gift that keeps on fucking giving.
Would I go to Hawaii? Maybe I would one day. I don't know. People keep asking about this shit. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Japan? Do you want to go to Hawaii? Do you want to go to Europe? Do you want to go? I don't have a means to do anything.
Well, here's the thing with that, Phil. I mentioned this in a few parts ago that you have no dreams. You have no aspirations to do anything that you truly desire. Because in your case, you're saying that there's money issues, which is no one's fault but your own. And the reason why people are asking you why you want to, like, where you want to go and why, they want to know more about you. You claim that you're just like all the other streamers and actually want a chill, positive stream, yet you want to make everything a big fucking problem and, again, putting yourself in the victim's shoes. What did I say about taking off those shoes and throwing them on the electrical wire? Come on, Phil. Get some big boy shoes.
So I don't want to sit here and fantasize about traveling the world and doing all these fun trips when I have no realistic chance of doing any of it. You know? The one time in my life I had a chance, when I was getting married, all right? When I was in Connecticut getting married, my mother said to me, I want you to go on a honeymoon, and I'll pay for it.
Well, isn't that just sweet of your mother? The person that you blame for all of your health problems, as well as bitching and complaining that they didn't get you that stupid fucking Wolverine toy when you were a teenager. Come on, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And no, I'm not talking about your wife here.
And I said, well, how much? She was going to pay for the flight and a hotel and everything. I was like, that's great, but you understand that if I don't pay my taxes this year, because this was before bankruptcy, so I wasn't paying my taxes or anything. So you realize if I don't pay my taxes, right, that the government will likely put all kinds of problems on me, liens on my house and shit, and I might just lose where I live.
Well, here's the thing with that, Phil. What you ended up doing was ruining a chance for Kat to be happy, like for you and Kat to enjoy yourselves. Going to Hawaii, going to a nice place in California and just relaxing, not worrying about a goddamn thing. And your mom was willing to put her own money involved with this. But no, you went straight to your fucking mom and pulled the taxes story. I don't think your mom understands that you're lying about taxes. And if she does know that you're lying, how can anyone support that? No disrespect to your mom, but come on. Really?
So does it make sense for me to go on a frivolous trip when I need money to just pay this stuff so I can stay living where I'm living?
Well, Phil, every time that you're streaming, you're going into panic mode and stressing. Your mom saw that you were stressing the fuck out and wanted to have your chance to enjoy yourself. But you took that one opportunity of enjoyment, pissed it away, and said, oh, I need to pay my taxes, mommy. If I don't do it, I'll go to jail. Phil, you do realize that people that have issues like this, they can have payment plans. Oh, right, no, apparently payment plans are a bad thing. Right.
And my mom got mad at me. She's like, you should go on the trip. I was like, what's the point of one trip if you lose everything else, right? So what ended up happening was, I told you guys about this, she helped me to pay the taxes that year.
Here's the thing with that, though, Phil. Whenever that happened, you told everybody that your mom gave you money for taxes. That's all you did. You never put yourself in this position. You never said, oh, my mom was going to help with the honeymoon, guys, so if I'm not streaming for a week, you know why. No. Instead, you're using this as a way to get money out of people, to scam people out of money, just so that, oh, I can go afford some pulls in WWE Champions or Street Fighter Duel. Or, if you're doing this correctly, using it for your actual business, but knowing you think that that's DoorDash and everything's fucking fine.
so that I could basically get by, right? And that was the last time realistically that I had any possibility of doing anything like that.
And guess what? You blew it and your mom got pissed at you. And she had every right to do so.
You know, realistically today, no, I could not go on a trip. I couldn't. Maybe in a few years, if things, you know, stay the level they are and get better, if DSP Reacts grows and becomes some extra income, if DSP Gaming grows, right? If we get to the point where I'm doing a little better, then yeah, within a couple of years, maybe then we're getting to the point where some good stuff can happen.
Well, here's the thing with that, Phil. Chances of that your channel's growing is highly unlikely, unless you get extremely lucky. The thing is, though, people already know how toxic you are and how much of a liar you are. So you just going around saying, "Oh, give me a few years, guys, and I can actually take Cat out, and we'll go on a honeymoon." Phil, by that time, when it actually hits and you're financially stable, she's probably gone. She probably took the cat with her and took half your money and just said, "See you later, Phil. It was nice knowing you." Stranger things have happened, Phil, where cases like this, where some people can develop a Stockholm syndrome, where they actually fall in love with someone that actually doesn't treat her right. In all the stories that we've heard, you talking about your wife, it seems like she's not happy with you. And the only time she'll ever be happy is if you spoil her with DoorDash. I didn't think this video was going to get heavy, but it's going to get fucking heavy.
You know, especially coming out of bankruptcy, like I am, eventually I might be able to have good enough credit where I can do something like refinancing my house. Good luck doing that now. Number one, I have no credit because my bankruptcy, no one grants me credit. And number two, everything this year has been going horribly because of inflation. Because of inflation, they keep rising interest rates.
Well, here's the thing with that, though, Phil. Even though you were cleared of your bankruptcy, it does not affect your credit score. If your credit score went downhill and it's in the negatives, that bankruptcy hearing and the grant for it, it will not help your bankruptcy because you're not the one that's paying it. It's the one that granted it to you. It's the legal system that's paying for it. So you just screwed yourself while trying to fix your credit. Also, you did say that once you build enough credit, you will pull out more fucking credit cards to pay for things, which will lead you back into more debt. Also, don't bullshit us with inflation. I get it. It sucks. Inflation does suck. I will agree with it. But now you're using it as a way that, oh, I can't afford anything, guys. You better give me that extra moolah. You know, toss some coins to your pig roach. Oh, Valley of Plenty.
So even if I refinance now, it probably would screw me over. I wouldn't be able to even do anything because the interest rates are so high. So,
Phil, you want to know why your interest rates are so high? Because you didn't take care of your debt and you let it accumulate. Anytime you let it accumulate, the interest rates gets higher and higher and higher and higher. So essentially, you're a debt collector's wet dream.
So it's just kind of like there's nothing I can really do right now. I'm just kind of stuck. You know what I'm saying? So why am I going to sit here and say, oh, I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Japan. What am I, fucking idiot?
Phil, the only reason why you're stuck is because you put yourself in there. People have given you an out and you refuse to take it. Keemstar giving you $50,000 for a podcast. You shat on that opportunity. Your mom trying to do something for you and your wife by offering you a honeymoon. You pissed it away and said, I need it for my taxes, when in reality, you probably spent that frivolously on yourself. Also, why have those things of why should I go to Hawaii? Why should I go to Japan? Because those are dreams. Those are passions that people have. And once they have that opportunity to fulfill their dreams, it's worth doing. But in your case, you're using it as a way to feel sorry for yourself and people to throw you pity dollars. It's not working, Phil. I hope you realize that.
Well, want to torture yourself, right? Do you just sit there and stare at people who have more than you? Do you sit there and watch fucking, trip vlogs of people who are going on fancy trips? What do you want to do? Fucking make yourself cry to sleep every night?
Phil, the reason why I would watch trip vlogs is because if I ever want to go to that place, someone is documenting the places that they've been. So it's not going to make me cry at night. It's going to give me an opportunity to that's a place that's worth checking out. It's one of those ways to help build more of a dream. You could still go to those places, but again, you need to be financially stable and also make sure that everything's accounted for and taken care of. But in your case, You seem to think that anyone that watches like a Steven vlog where he's going to Japan, that they're going to just sit there and go, I can't go to those places. Oh, I fucking hate this. Phil, take that depression and just shove it up your ass, because all you're doing is projecting.
Like, no, you enjoy what you have in the moment. You don't sit there and focus on things you don't have and always pine for them and be always ungrateful for what you have.
I mean, I will agree. I do agree with that statement of enjoy the moments that you have. But I will disagree with the second half of that statement. Just because you can't enjoy it doesn't mean that you don't have the means to do so. Like I said, aspirations. Those are the things that you do not have.
I'm very grateful for what I have. I am.
Also, I would like to add, no, he's not fucking grateful. He is an ungrateful little brat that anytime you give him $2, he's like, I wish this was like a $50 bill so I can get my tier 1 tip skull so I can wear those gunner glasses so I can look cool for the internet. Phil, get rid of that fucking tip skull. I said it before and I'll keep saying it. Get rid of that tip skull. That way you can just enjoy the moment while streaming without having to worry about how many people are going to give you money. Because all it's doing is just making you miserable.
I like what I have. I like my life. You know, could things be better? Absolutely, they could be better. All right? But I'm not going to sit here and fantasize about things that aren't going to happen unrealistically and make myself feel shit and get depressed, you know? That's stupid.
You make yourself feel depressed all the goddamn time. Anytime that you mention money that it stresses you out, you put yourself in that depression. You give yourself that loser mentality. If you stopped worrying about money for just a little moment, that will go away. But you won't. And that is why you'll be the way that you are. You're using this as a ploy to get money so people can feel sorry for you. You're giving yourself a pity party for money. And that's terrible.
So you can stop asking me now. Like, seriously, people keep asking me these questions about travel and shit. I'm not traveling anywhere. You know, there's no real point to talking about that kind of stuff. It's not happening. You know, it's a waste of everybody's time, including mine.
Wow, a way for you to interact with your fans in this chill, positive stream? No, stop asking me questions about where I want to go to. Really? Grade A fucking quality stream that you have there, Phil. Before we move on to the next part, I'm just going to let everyone know that the clip that I reacted to, I got really heavy into it to the point where he would try to explain things while contradicting himself moments before. And also all the videos that he made in the past really contradicted what he was trying to say there. So just letting y'all know, strap in, buckle in, we're going in hot. I'm surprised that I'm coming back to cover this again. The copyright saga. Part 3.5. The bullshit.
Well, here's the thing. Now, this person is going to say stuff, and here's the truth. I should be able to answer this question.
You should. Why are you being toxic about it?
1,000,000% I should be able to answer this question fairly. But if I answer this question, people are going to say it's going to cause drama because so many fuckheads on the internet want to say shit that's not true. All right?
Like what? That you're being toxic to your own fans? That you put the copyright strikes on people? Even though you said that you never did it and you showed evidence of you doing so? Especially on one of the videos like Super Crazy, who only made a react content to you while giving his thoughts? Oh no, that's just for raw and unedited footage.
And I'm actually worried about answering it, but fuck it. I should be able to answer whatever the fuck I want. All right? So I'm going to answer it. You ready?
Go right ahead. Answer away.
I'm going to read the question. You ready for this?
Oh, good. The only time that he actually reads out a question without blocking or banning people.
You're going to understand once I start reading the question. Do you think the Detractor channel shutting down will be good or bad for your business? Even though their content isn't positive, they give you exposure to a wider audience than your own content does and would bring you into new viewers. I'm willing to bet the majority of people watching and supporting you right now found you through This Is How You Don't Play. Okay? You can be willing to bet that. I disagree.
Well, here's the thing, though. With that question, I'm inclined to agree. If it wasn't for detractors, you would still be at level 1. And you already are, but that's besides the point. People wouldn't know who the fuck you are. People wouldn't see the content that you have, and they wouldn't be able to give a subjective take on it themselves. Instead, for people like me, I'm just commenting over shit like this, trying to give people an understanding from my perspective about his situation. Do I think Philip is a terrible person? Yes. I think he is completely toxic. As a content creator, he's enjoyable for the reasons that he doesn't like. As mentioned multiple times, he's a case study. And all I'm doing is putting on the lab coat and just diving right into this experiment.
I don't agree with that at all. I think a lot of my viewers are actually long-form fans or people who just stumbled upon me over the years, not necessarily through negative content.
I doubt that. A lot of people that were detractors were actually fans of yours until they saw how toxic you are. That's why This Is How You Don't Plays exists, because one of your fans did not like what they were seeing. You were bitching about Metal Gear Solid 2, saying that the game was terrible, and you kept blaming Kojima for it. And he decided that he had enough, that you're terrible, and decided to make this content on you. So big props to Evil AJ for that. But now, we live in an era where the detractor community is slowly rising up. More people, like myself, are rising up and making videos about you. And guess what? It's working. Not for your benefit, but for others. And maybe it could work for your benefit too if you learn to change yourself and actually, allow it. Why do you think Wings has gotten, in some cases, better? Because he allowed it to happen. He made money off of his detractors / trolls / haters. So he's doing pretty well for himself.
I believe that there are people who found me through negative content. Yes, they said as much. So absolutely, positively, I do believe that people have found me through it. But I don't think that's the vast majority of my viewers. That would be incredibly stupid to believe.
How is it stupid to believe? It is quite possible that people have found you through detractor content. So, congrats. You're getting more of a fan base through the detractor community than anything else.
Most people don't see someone in a negative light, then give them an honest shake. It's just not true.
No, that is true. If word of mouth comes around that this person did some negative shit, but when they go to watch the content to see for themselves, they can either A, believe it because they see the negative shit happening, in this case you, or B, they see that whoever told them that this person was negative is full of shit, and they start to like the content. So, what's your point exactly with that, Phil?
Most people who see someone in a negative light at first will never give someone an honest shake. They will always view them through that negative lens no matter what, and not give them a fair shake.
Phil, I've given you a fair shake. I've actually watched your content, and I've given it a subjective opinion. Why do you think I make videos about you now?
That's a problem, okay? I mean, can I be honest here? What do you think happened with side scrollers? These are guys who didn't know anything about me. I had previously had association with Slittering Craig a decade ago, before all the negativity towards me on the internet. He thought, I'm just a content creator, let's get him on the show.
Well, I will give the side scrollers a lot of credit. At least they did research on you. They reached out to everybody, even detractors, asking, what is it about you that makes you so interesting? Or what the fuck have you done to make you the most hated gamer on YouTube? And they got their answers. The reason why you're putting them under the bus yet again is because you didn't like having them asking you all the hard-hitting questions, especially with the WWE Champions account, and also having them bring Keemstar into the interview. Because at first, you were so confident. You think that you can make Craig and Adam believe every single word, but they didn't believe you. And once they brought in Keemstar, your voice started to quiver. You started looking around, and you started making excuses after excuses.
Next thing you know, oh, there's all this negativity. Well, let's view it. Well, guess what? They watch a week, 2 weeks of detractor content, and now all they believe is the detractor content.
No, Phil. Maybe they watched some of your content because they heard what detractors say. They probably did watch a few of the content. I might give you a little bit of slack there. But they probably watched your content to see if that's actually true. And guess what? They saw the truth, and they saw how big of a piece of shit you are.
That's what happens to most people on the internet. There's so much negativity towards me from detractors that all you will ever believe is the insane amount of negativity rather than ever actually give the person a fair shake.
Really? Review Tech USA has given you many shakes, has given you multiple chances just to talk with you, and actually gave you conditions. You refused it, and you thought that he was declaring war on you, rolling his tank to your front doorstep, and offering demands to talk to you.
Do you really believe that the side scrollers watched any of my content and actually gave it a fair shake?
Yes.
Or do you think they just watched 2 weeks of Detractor shit?
Maybe some Detractor shit for a beginning, and then they watch your content.
Let's be honest. They watched 2 weeks of Detractor shit.
And I'm surprised that you're still talking about side scrollers, even though that interview was weeks ago. I thought you had thick skin, Philip.
They weren't watching my raw content. They didn't ask a single one of my viewers, why do you like Phil? What's good about Phil? What do you think about the Detractors? Instead, they just talked to the Detractors.
They went on Twitter. It was an open ground. People that like your content could have gone on Twitter and given them good things to say about you. But that was not the case. Most of the Detractors were on Twitter giving them like questions for you to answer. But guess what? You didn't even answer those questions truthfully. Stop casting aspersions onto people, because all it's doing is making yourself look like a jackass.
That's the vast majority of attention I get on the internet. That's not positive attention at all.
Bad publicity is also good publicity. Have you ever heard that expression though, Phil? It doesn't matter if it's all negative about you. It's still good attention to your channel, because guess what it does? It brings attention to you. Like light to the flies, they will gather and they would see for themselves if you are what the Detractors say you are. This point that you're trying to make is proving that.
That doesn't help me, okay?
Well, of course it doesn't help you, because, oh no, my little whales are leaving. Oh no, I can't make like a lot of money to make fucking tip goals. Oh no. Meanwhile, you're wearing the fucking glasses. So it must have worked somehow.
Now, negative attention going away. This is how you don't play and other things going away. First of all, I don't think that this is how you don't play should go away at all. This is how you don't play. I don't get it. Like, I don't know who this person is doing it. And you already know, I talked about this at length.
You know full fucking well who the person that made the This Is How You Don't Play is. You also know the other people that made them, because you have struck their channels with copyright strikes. Stop feigning ignorance, because we already know that you're full of shit at this point. Also, the thing of should This Is How You Don't Play should they go away? No, they will never go away. Even though you may disappear from the internet, they will always find someone else to make videos on. I've seen many people make This Is How You Don't Plays of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask with Game Grump footage. And guess what? Those are still entertaining too. And hey, Game Grumps is a positive, like one of the positive creators. The entertaining ones, as people deem them. But they can still get flack too. And do they care? No, they don't sit there in front of a camera going, hey guys, let's talk about the negative content that's out about me. No, they suck it the fuck up and they move on.
I'm not taking down anyone's content whatsoever.
Bullshit. Your video that you're claiming that you're innocent kind of proved that wrong, so.
The only content I've ever taken down on the internet myself was someone who was blatantly lifting a raw stream or video and re-uploading it. No commentary, no criticism, no transformative work whatsoever. That's just theft.
Yeah, and I will agree with that statement, though. But here's another thing with that, too, Phil. What about your DSP Reacts channel? What about your KO Gaming, your DSP Street Fighter, your Darkside Phil channel? Why didn't you show those? Oh, no, this is just for DSP Gaming only. And this is why people called you out, and you made that big hissy fit saying that we're owed nothing from you.
And that's not allowed, and it's not right, especially these few months. I'm trying to start a new channel with DSP Reacts, and you had a fucker who is actually stealing my content. That's not allowed.
Hey, Phil, what if they took your content that's fucking 2.5 hours long and they're editing it down to one video? Have you ever thought about that one? But in the case that you took it out of a channel that was uploading your content, fine, I will give you that one. Here, okay, here. Hold on, let me find something. Here. There's your fucking trophy. Now go shove it up your ass and fuck off.
That stuff I have a legal right to get rid of. But outside of that, anyone who does This Is How You Don't Play, anyone who restreams me, anyone who does that, that's transformative work. That's allowed on the internet. As much as I think it's harmful, and as much as I think, yeah, if you're slandering me constantly, it's going to hurt me in my business, I really have no ability to stop it.
Well, here's the thing with that, Phil. Even though you're saying that it's transformative fair use, you're flip-flopping. Because for the longest time, any content that was talking about you, like me, I'm talking about you, you would deem me as a threat. And all the other people, Cat Troller, all he did was took footage of you, added in music and text, and it was entertaining. It was enjoyable to watch. Snort Hogan took like the best parts of your fucking streams, and he just put a background in the back while people can see, hey, this is what he was talking about. Here's this part of the clip for context. Same thing can be said about duty streams. Same thing can be said about all the other detractors that you've taken down. And you know what they say about a community? You take down one of its members, more will rise up.
Unless I sue them for slander or defamation, which...
You don't have money for that, Phil. And guess what? You threaten people to go sue somebody, and if they come after you, as I mentioned in that video, in part 3, you would be left with nothing. Everything will be gone, your wife will probably divorce you, and you'll be left with nothing. Not trying to make you feel bad, I'm just giving you a picture here to imagine.
I'm not going to do. I'm never going to go make a lawsuit against any of these people, okay? So, whatever is going on right...
Big talk, even though you said that you would if you had the money. Nice try.
Right now, in the detractor community, it's not me. I have zero involvement in it, and I don't condone it. In fact, I condemn it, and I wish it would stop, all right?
Yeah, but here's the thing with that, Phil. You wish that it would stop, but at the same time, you wish that you could take down every single one of these people's channels, and it's not going to work. Because they can argue the point of fair use, and they would win. You would not. And also, as mentioned before, making false strikes on people's channels could land your channel in termination, meaning that you will have nothing.
I tried. I went to YouTube. I tried to get them to listen. They won't listen to me. They ignore me. They say it's not happening. I say, no, it is. Here's the evidence. They don't care.
You talked to a bot. You didn't email them at all like you said you would.
Ignore me. I tried contacting YouTube via Twitter. They ignore me there.
Well, then again, it's also a bot as well. Maybe some people are handling it, as a good PR move. But at the same time, they don't really look into it, because if you're claiming something and you're not providing a lot of information, they will ignore your case. In this case, you saying that someone's impersonating you, even though it's clearly you and all the other people that you told to strike down, it's still not going to work because you're not providing enough information. It's on you, buddy.
They don't give a fuck. Unless you're going to sue YouTube and say, hey, your system's broken, they don't care. They will ignore you outright, because that's the kind of company they are. Okay? So,
I will agree that the system is broken, but if they try to sue YouTube, guess what? YouTube would win anyway. Better lawyers and more money.
I'm not doing this. I want nothing to do with it at all, and I want it to stop, quite frankly. Okay?
Then why did you bring it the fuck up? You could have just ignored that question, but you decided to answer it anyway. So that's on you as well.
Now, overall, do I feel that detractor content shutting down is going to help or hurt me? I have no clue.
This is the only time where I actually will say that Phil actually has an honest answer. Because that's the thing, nobody knows. It's unpredictable. Will it hurt your business? Who knows? Will it help your business? Who knows? It's all unpredictable how life turns out. And how content coming out and giving you a bad light, while other content can give you a good light, who knows how it will affect your business?
I honestly don't know. Because I have never in 10 years, since This Is How You Don't Play began 10 years ago, I've never gotten a fair shake on the internet.
Yes, they have. They've actually come to you, and they left comments, likes or dislikes, and they gave you a fair shake, and they gave you a view count. So yes, they have given you a fair shake. They saw that This Is How You Don't Play is what was going on. It's actually true. You saying that you're not having a fair shake? 2 words. Side scrollers.
It's always been see Phil in the negative light first because of so many people making fun of him as a meme, then maybe give him a fair chance afterward. And what is that? 1%? 0.5%? 0.00001%?
Your numbers are kind of low there, buddy. People that see detractor content that go check you out, it's usually within 10%. The rest of it will probably believe it because they've actually seen this already. But at the same time, Phil, who knows what would happen? Will it affect your business? Who knows? Like I said, it's unpredictable.
Of people who see the detractor shit that will actually give me a fair chance? It's such a small, negligible number. I get maybe like one person a month who says that. So I get, 12 people a fucking year who actually like my content because they saw This Is How You Don't Play and decided to come check this out instead at face value?
Hey, Phil, Review Tech USA likes your content, doesn't think negatively of you, but doesn't like the shit that you're pulling. So, I don't know what to tell you there, man.
You know what I'm saying? And by the way, and I've said this too, I don't even think This Is How You Don't Play is that bad. What's bad, what's worse than that, are the people who are regularly slandering me on a daily basis. It's not just about gameplay, it's about everything else. All the other shit they've literally fabricated, made up, these conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory that's not true, but they push it out as truth. They push it out as fact. They push it out as this is what's really going on when it's not.
Huh, so you jerking off on May 1st was a conspiracy? It was just a deep fake? No, you did that. Every time that you're begging for money and then you're bitching and complaining that you're not getting money, that's deep fake too? You throwing a big bitch fit when Adam was talking about you in their post DSP stream? No, that's not a deep fake either. So everything that is said about you is coming straight from your mouth. The whole thing with the escort, fine. Kiwi Farms actually proven that wrong. And guess what? You still treat them like shit because it's all slander with you. Oh, they're slandering me. They're tarnishing my good name. What good name did you have that was worth tarnishing, Phil? But the whole thing with This Is How You Don't Play is you wanted them gone. And then you tried to market it. You tried to capitalize on it, and it did not work out in your favor. And that's why you have a big disdain for it. Because someone else made content for you, and it was terrible. Meanwhile, there are other This Is How You Don't Plays out there that put a lot more time and effort into making that video over what you had people making for you. So, Phil, stop with the bullshit.
Okay? That's what hurts me. Not really, oh, I'm making fun of Phil's gameplay. Who cares if you make fun of my gameplay? I never told you guys I was a good gamer to begin with.
Yes, you have. You have said that you're one of the best video game players in the country. You've said that you were the best Street Fighter player in the country. You have said all of this shit. Sure, it happened in the past, but you've said it. What happened in the past can reflect on you in the present.
But when you say I'm a scumbag, I'm a scammer, I'm this, I'm that, that's the stuff that hurts me.
How so? When they actually provide proof that you've done it? You trying to bring back Project 7? Oh no, I wasn't going to bring that back. That was just a teaser. Meanwhile, on your Patreon, you had it as the revival of Project 7 without John Rambo or Howard to help you. Phil, you have done it. You have scammed people to give you money for it. You've also scammed people to give you money for a broken shower. You have done it with a dishwasher. You've done it with so many things. And when people ask you about it, you tell them to shut the fuck up or they're timed out. But when they ask you again, you just outright ban them. How is it slander if it's true and it coming from your content, Phil?
Okay? Most people who hear that, they're never going to check out my content legitimately after they hear that. Okay? So,
hell, even after I make a video of you, I still can look into your content to see what the fuck is up. And if what I see is true, that you did this, then yeah, my subjective opinion of you can change.
Overall, Detractor channel is shutting down good or bad for my business? I have no idea. Because I've never had this opportunity to actually be viewed fairly. It's been a decade.
Here's the thing with when Phil's trying to answer the question. He'll always tend to repeat the same answer over and over and over. Like he has nothing new to say, like nothing to prove a point with it. He'll just go back to the original answer that he gave. And he'll go back and try to add more to it. You would be an excellent speaker because you would get booed off the stage quickly.
Since I've had that opportunity. Ever since This Is How You Don't Play started, that's when I became the living meme, the whipping boy of the internet, and there's no way to stop it besides lawsuits.
Phil, you're not the only quote-unquote whipping boy, the quote-unquote lolcow. There are plenty other lolcows in the pasture. The only reason why you're the main focus is because of the shit that you're saying and pulling. You stand out above the rest, while everyone else is trying to improve their own fucking life. Like I mentioned in the other videos I made about you, you have done nothing to improve your life. And that's why you're still going to be toxic, you're still going to be pathetic, and you're still going to be living down at level 1.
Which I wasn't going to do. So, outside of that, could it be good? Maybe. Maybe people now, instead of searching for Dark Side Phil and seeing 14,000 negative things, will actually find DSP Gaming. They'll actually find DSP Reacts, they'll check out the channel and say, oh, when I actually watch the content Phil puts out every day, I like it.
Yeah, good luck with that. They tried to go to DSP Reacts when you're live. They had to pay for a fucking membership fee. The only way that they can watch it is if they have to wait till it's all done the next day and it's uploaded. So, for DSP Reacts, can't do anything about that. For DSP Gaming, same thing. You put out content day later because you record, stop, upload, ka-ching. I'm hoping for the big bucks, and it's not good because your videos are mostly disliked. And you say that the dislikes affect it, but since YouTube got rid of the dislike feature, it does not stop people from looking at your channel, and the first thing they see is either detractor content of you or your own channel. It's one of the two things that pop up.
And they're not inundated with a bunch of toxic, negative, slanderous shit about me, right? Or it could be you search for me and it doesn't come up anymore. I'm done, right? I don't know. I really can't answer the question because, again, I haven't had that opportunity.
Also, didn't you make a big shitstorm about how when people make detractor content of you, they always put down DSP or Darkside Phil, but never DSP Gaming? And then when they finally put DSP Gaming in the fucking title, you threw a bitch fit, and it's like, oh, this is fucking terrible. This is hurting my business. You've done it.
I guess only time will tell, but who knows what's going to happen with this situation? You know, when people are blatantly violating copyright law and breaking the law, no good can come of that.
Hey, you're contradicting yourself. Oh, all the people that are making commentaries about me, that's fine. Or people stealing content, that's not fine. But it's all a bunch of bullshit. Oh, it all breaks YouTube law. Nice contradiction, Philip.
Really, and I mean this too. Absolutely, positively, no good can ever come from someone breaking the law like that.
Also, Tevin says hi when he restreamed you, and it was Tevin talking, reacting to your content. You said that he was stealing your money and breaking the law, and you compared him to a fucking drug dealer.
I do not believe in like vigilanteism and shit like that. I don't. I would have done these things myself years ago.
Hey, Phil, explain all the detractor content that got taken down by copycats that you probably put the hit out for. Explain the fucking video of you showing off your copyright history. Explain all that, Phil. Oh, I would have taken it down years ago. You have. You want to know how you had done it? Machinima. Because they talked with you and they told you, hey, there's a channel that's talking about you. Take it the fuck down. I don't want to see that. That's hurting my business. You have taken action in the past, Phil. You're just pretending that you didn't to make yourself look like the good guy. When in reality, you're just a villain in disguise.
If I felt like there would have been a net positive benefit or that there was some validity to it, you shouldn't be doing this shit.
In your case, Phil, the only positive value to it was that, oh, no more people talking shit about me. Back to streaming Arkham Knight. Oh, I got swatted?
You should not be impersonating me or anyone else on the internet and putting false copyright strikes against anyone. It should stop immediately. I wish it would, but I have no control. I wish I knew who it was. I don't know. You know.
You have control of it. You know who it is. There's evidence of you reaching out to people to take down content. You have done it. Stop bullshitting us.
I have no clue. It's shitty. It's a shitty situation for everyone. Okay?
It's a shitty situation for everyone but yourself. That's the only thing I gotta say. But now you're making yourself look like the goddamn victim every single time you mention detractors. Phil, just rip off your victim clothes and go put on a fucking three-piece suit. Because that will make you look better behind that skin sack that you call a fucking body.
Okay. But anyway, why did I say, gee, I should have the ability to respond to this, but it's going to cause drama? Since I started answering that question, we got about 50 extra viewers. I'm serious.
Hey, like I said before, if you talk about drama, drama is attracted to you. That's the reason why you're doing it, to get extra likes and attention. You use anything as a ploy. You try using anything to get yourself looking like you're a big shot.
And you know what's going to happen? People will clip that. Oh, you see, Phil's talking about this again. Why don't I have the ability to answer a question honestly? Why?
Hey, Phil, why did you answer that question? And now you're saying, oh, yeah, people have that as a soundboard. Why are you obsessed with that? They're still going to do it anyway. Leave it the fuck alone. You could have just shrugged it off, but you didn't because you wanted drama. And guess what? You got drama.
Why can't I do that? Seriously, why can't I fucking just answer a question honestly on the internet?
Because every time you answer a question, doesn't matter if it's about detractor content or your own goddamn life, you want to paint a fake history. You want to create a different backstory to your channel, to your life, that everyone else is at fault and you're just a sad little victim. That's why you do it. So if you want to think that this is going to do anything for you, you better make sure to pack your bags. Because once YouTube shuts down your channel, you'll have nothing. Maybe you'll have DSP reacts, but that's just about it. Do I want you to lose your channel? Not at all. I want you to succeed. I want you to keep your channel and making content forever. I really fucking do.
I'm not allowed to on certain topics, right? Fuck you.
Hey, the guy that asked me that question, go fuck yourself. The fact that Phil admitted that his wife and himself can actually go on vacation, a honeymoon, presented and planned by his own mother, and yet he flat out refused it, really kind of helps out the victim mentality here, because it was all a big contradiction how he was never promised a honeymoon, and that he wanted to keep going on with the honeymoon scam, thinking that, oh, I want to take my wife out. I really want to take her out on a honeymoon, but I can't afford it. It just keeps constantly bringing more and more toxicity and more of a way to make himself look like an asshole. As for him answering that question about detractor content, that was just the worst thing that he could have done. He could have just dropped it and left it alone, but he decided to make more of an ass of himself and tried to throw the detractors under the bus, saying that, yeah, look at me, I'm better than you. I actually proved my innocence, when all it did was kicking hornets' nests and bringing out detractors that stopped making content on him, and they're pointing fingers at him, telling him to go fuck himself. As I keep mentioning before, I think Phil could improve, but given the situation at hand, I kind of think he won't. And that's a damn shame.